What's up you guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will talk about one of the most exotic, provocative and sexy fragrances out there, which is Pro Oud by House of Kilian. Yes, I decided to pull out a fragrance out of this house, and the first one that came into my mind was Pro Oud because it's so exotic and it's so unique and rare. Now, Pro Oud was launched in 2015 and it's an oriental woody fragrance, and it's a very unisex fragrance. And the nose behind this gem, or I should say pearl, is Christian Provenzano. Provenzano, he has done a lot of amazing fragrances, but this one is definitely on top of his list as far as my humble opinion goes. I think he did a great blend of notes in this one, and it's a beautiful fragrance. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the story behind Pro Oud. First of all, as you can tell, Pro Oud, not just Pro Oud, any type of Kilian bottles are just beautiful. They have this silver plated thing on top of them, and the bottle is just very beautiful, and it has all these like designs on the side, and it has a very classy, beautiful bottle, and I love it. And as you can see, or as you saw at the beginning of the video, Pro Oud is a homage to Doha. And basically Kilian, he dedicated this fragrance to a store that he opened in Qatar, and he called it Pearl, I believe. Not the Pearl, I believe it's Pearl. And he dedicated Pro Oud to that store. And I think it's a great thing because it's located in Qatar, and therefore it's an oriental woody fragrance. And I think it's really good because most of his customers or clients there would definitely go for something more oriental that has oud in it. But I think oud is becoming also extremely popular now in the United States, and a lot of people are getting into it. But this one is definitely some hardcore serious oud, which we will get to the notes. Now that's the story. Now let's get to the vibe or the accords that we get from this fragrance on the initial spray. On the initial spray, I get leathery, I get woody, and I get warm spicy. I get a big load of iris, I get some rose, and I get very barnyardish oud in this. So this is what I get as far as the first initial spray goes. The first initial accords that I get from this fragrance. It's amazing. It has a beautiful pungent opening. Now, let's talk about what type of people I see wearing this fragrance. First of all, this is very unisex. So a woman or a lady can definitely pull this off, and a guy can pull this off because it has very female notes in there, and it also has very manly notes in it. Now, a female, I see someone very French. I see someone with like a really nice black skirt or black dress with a nice shirt and see-through stockings and pointy Prada shoes and red nail polish and red lipstick, and even smoking a cigarette, which I don't recommend that. It's not healthy for you, but this is the type of 80s vibe that I get from this fragrance. Now, for a guy, I see someone that has two different types. I see one guy that is very mobstery, is wearing striped pants and nice shirt and jacket and a hat. Or I see someone from the music video Freedom with George Michael, like tight jeans, cowboy boots, and leather jacket, and sunglasses, and the beard and the earring. That type of a look that I see with this fragrance. Now, it's really interesting. When I watched the video Freedom, I think that on that set, the smell would be Pro Oud. That set would smell like Pro Oud, with all the models with their perfume lipstick and the smell of sweat and the lights and the camera. I think that's basically how that set would smell like. It would smell like Pro Oud. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the notes of Pro Oud. The top notes are black pepper, saffron, and big load of iris. So if you're an iris lover, this is an amazing fragrance. It has that very lipsticky vibe to it when you spray it. It definitely has that. The middle notes are Turkish rose, ylang ylang, and a bouquet of jasmine, which is gorgeous. And it also has a very interesting note, which was brought up to me by Kilian himself. I asked him on Instagram, I said, which oud do you think is your best in your house? And he said Pro Oud. He's very exotic and unique oud in his house. And that's when I decided to give it a try. So Pro Oud has a note in there that he mentioned. I said, what makes it so unique? He said, is the aldehyde and the oud that are mixed together. It makes it very unique. So I didn't know it had the note aldehyde in it. An aldehyde note has a sweetness and a pungent note to it, which this one definitely has that. And the base notes in here are the Indian oud, which is very barnyardish oud, and it has castoreum, which is right down my alley, very animalic, and it has precious patchouli, which makes the fragrance very earthy, and it gives it that round volume to the fragrance. So that's as far as the notes goes with Pro Oud. Now, let's talk about performance and longevity of this fragrance. The longevity of this fragrance is really good. It does over 10 hours. It's very strong. And the performance is great. It's a great performer. It's a showstopper. It's a head turner. And it performs phenomenal. And it lasts for a long time. And it's a very strong powerhouse. So that's as far as the performance and longevity goes. Now, let's talk about sillage. This is a sillage fragrance. This is a type of a fragrance that you get more compliments when it lingers around, not when somebody comes close by, especially when people are not really into this oriental type of stuff. When it lingers around, it just smells phenomenal. People will love this. It's one of those fragrances when you walk by, it leaves a trail behind you, and it literally makes head turns. It's just a beautiful, gorgeous fragrance. So that's as far as the sillage goes. I think it does phenomenal. So if you want to stand out, if you go to a club, definitely wear this. And that's why you have to be careful with the trigger on this. Depends what type of an event that you attend to or where you go. That's when you have to spray this accordingly. If you want to cuddle with someone, this is a great scent as well. It's very sexy, but I would spray this 3-4 hours ahead so it dries down, because the dry down is very mellow and it's very beautiful, and it just smells very sexy, and it does great, and it's not as pungent as the initial spray. So I would give it time. So compliments, as you can tell, it's a big compliment getter. Believe it or not, I get more compliments with this than I do with Creed Aventus. Yes, I get a lot of compliments with this. So if you haven't tried this, I would definitely get a sample of it. I would not blind buy this. Get a sample of it, give it a try for a week, see how you like it, and then go ahead and purchase it, because it's definitely pricey and it's not a type of a scent that everyone would like. If you're into freshy stuff again, like Creed Aventus, Bleu de Chanel, and Versace Dylan Blue and stuff like that, you will not like this fragrance. This is a fragrance, I would say someone over 30 years old, 35 would pull this off. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's very gorgeous. Give it a try. Yeah, this, again, it's so beautiful that I want to spray it again. My God, it's just amazing. Again, right away, I get the iris right off the bat, very powdery, very lipsticky. I love this fragrance. It's just very gorgeous. It's almost addicting. This juice is just beautiful. And I definitely want you guys to try it. It has almost that medicinal type of a oud to it, which comes from the Indian oud and the castoreum. And there is something about it that makes it so exotic. It makes it so sexy. And I just don't get enough from it. And Jesus Christ, I used a lot of it too. Yeah, I've been reaching out for this a lot, and I get a lot of compliments with this, which we already talked about in the compliment section. But I want you guys to try it out. Again, this is not something that you would be able to wear every day. This is definitely a nighttime type of a fragrance. It's for some kind of an event or parties. It's not something that you can just put on and go. It's something very special. So make sure that you wear this with the right outfit and for the right place, and it would definitely work, and you would get a lot of compliments, trust me. And it would also make a great display on your collection. So, all right, you guys, so that's all I have for Pro Lood today by Kilian. and I will see you guys soon with another video. Peace and ciao.